Hello, my dear friends and vibers and new viewers. I'm trying a broadcast in a new way today, so we'll see how we like it. This is part 2 of what your voice says about you. Part 1 was live streamed on Facebook, and that was about how we can look at and heal our relationships through looking at how our voice changes when we talk with our significant family and friends. You can check that out on Facebook. I'll put a link in the description. I think I've got it there already. And this one is about how we convey ourselves, like in the workplace and just sort of day to day when we're introducing ourselves and meeting new people. So some simple exercises that have been very helpful to me, that continue to be helpful on a day-to-day basis. I will share them and then field your questions if I'm able to. Hey, it looks like I've got some people. So I'm going to type in this chat and see if you're able to write things in that chat. Hopefully you are. If not, in the very least, I will go on afterward into the comments of the video and answer your questions there. Alrighty. So this is really powerful. And I recommend that you record yourself on video if you can, because you'll notice a lot. You'll notice a lot. If audio, if video is a little too scary at first, but I do recommend recording yourself on video because you'll see a lot more things. So number 1, if you've ever been to a workshop or some situation where you're sort of going around the room and people are introducing themselves, you'll notice something fascinating about when they say their name. This is really powerful. It's your name. It's your biggest first calling card. A lot of people say their name like this, Amy Walker, when it goes up at the end. And the thing about it going up at the end is that it makes it a question. And if you're not sure about your name, then it just kind of puts a whole cast of insecurity about yourself as a person. So it's very powerful to notice that and just to practice and learn how to say, "Hi, I'm Amy Walker," or whatever it is. Just notice it. And when you introduce yourself, do you say hi? Do you say hello, hey, whatever it is? Is there an uptick? Does it go up at the end? Is it soft and held back? Hi, I'm Amy Walker. Is it forceful or pushed? Hi, I'm Amy Walker. Is it a little much? Is it trying to prove something? And I'm confident. Is it relaxed, present, open? It's just the same as if you analyze anything, you can get a whole world of meaning. If you analyze how people shake hands, do they crush it? Is it limp and dead fishy? Same thing with your voice. But same as your hand, you have the power to change whatever it is. So whatever it is, that's okay. Notice it. Doesn't mean that you are an insecure person. It just means that your voice is conveying those things, so you can help yourself out by noticing in your body. And something really powerful, a little metaphor. If you're noticing in your body, if you imagine that your body is like a garden hose, and that if it's nice and straight, if it's nice and open channel, then all of that energy, all of that water in the hose metaphor can just flow through in a nice, even, full rate. It can flow that way for a long time and be fine. But if it's sort of slouched or constricted, if your head is going forward and you're trying to sort of force something, or it's back and avoiding or just collapsed, then that garden hose is going to start wearing, in certain places, and then it might spring a leak, or it might already be leaking, or just sort of like piffling out, hi, or it might just be, or it might be super forced, So all of those things, just notice. And these are cues. Maybe you're used to paying attention to your body, but you're not used to listening to how that shapes your sound. They go hand in hand. And for me, I find it helpful to listen to, or to pay attention to both. What is my voice sounding like? That'll tell me what my body's doing. What's my body doing? That'll tell me what my voice is sounding like, and all of those things. So that's the first exercise. Introduce yourself. You can do it on camera and note, because you're gonna be introducing yourself for the rest of your life. Whatever you do, whatever your job is, that's gonna happen. Might as well be an enjoyable experience. Might as well be a moment to convey the joy of your being, or the love of your being, or just to give them a moment of joy. That's nice. We could all use an extra moment of joy. So then the next one is, how do you answer the question, what do you do? For many of you, if you've been watching my videos, you remember a video that I did called Elevator Pitch Empathy, where I had a response to that particular question. It's tricky as an artist, often. But again, we're going to be asked that question for the rest of our lives. We might as well develop a positive relationship to it. So just notice when somebody asks you that question, or if you film yourself being asked that question, is it sort of like any of the above? Is it sort of soft or held back? Oh, I don't know. I just kind of do this or that. Or is it pushed or forceful? Do you laugh it off? Like, I don't know. Like I'm just like, I'm figuring it out right now. Or do you downplay it? I don't know. I'm like an award-winning screenwriter, and it's cool. I mean, there's something awesome about what you do. There really is. And if you hate what you do, find something for the love of you. Find something to at least be interested in about it, right? You're doing it. So if you're going to keep doing it tomorrow, find something that'll feel good that you can share. Because they want you to be interested in what you do. They want to find something to listen to that's interesting, whoever this is asking. So find something. It might be, you know, I work at a factory, and it's fascinating because it's like a meditation in how can I fill my life when every single day looks the same to the outsider. But to me, I can take that as a meditation in, I use that time to listen to audiobooks, or I use that time to just be putting love into every single cog that I make for the watches that are produced in this factory. Yeah, anything. Find something. Or do you just like sort of say it fast and avoiding? Or is it like trying to prove something? Or is it young and pitched up? Just paying attention. And then with whatever that is, you can ask yourself, you can maybe do some writing, or if you have a meditation practice, you can put into your meditation, why is it that I'm noticing myself feeling restricted when I talk about what I do? Or why is it that I'm noticing I have a high-pitched sound when I talk about it? Is there some emotion that's linked to that wants to be felt or expressed, that's trying to communicate something to me? Maybe my voice is cutting myself off because, like, I can't stand to do this job one more day, and I need to shift that. Takes courage. Takes the most courage of all to do this self-work, but it affects everything. It makes everything better, at least in my experience. I'd love to hear your experiences. It seems like I'm not able to see your comments here, but I will go on to them, and I will respond in the comments. And then the third one is to just record yourself explaining something. Maybe your favorite recipe, or something fascinating that you did last weekend, or something like that. And just listen to the general quality of your voice. Is it, in general, kind of breathy? Is it really nasal? Like, is it kind of nasal like this? Or is it, I love, one of my favorite things about that several British people, British students of mine have said, like, the American accent is so nasal. I don't want to have a nasal. And I'm like, really? This is me doing British shapes and moving the back of my tongue down so that it won't be nasal. It's really challenging because actually the back of the tongue is higher in a British accent, and so it's going into the nasal region. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I think it's dead sexy. But notice, you know, that there's also, we know, the ones that's a little too much, or a little too much this way and there are definitely some American accents that are very nasal, and I'm sure all around the world. And even though it's, I'm sure, completely unintentional, it can come across as sounding kind of judgy. Yeah, sure, okay. Oh yes, definitely. So that's something to pay attention to. If it's backed off or held, you know, like kind of like this, like just a little bit short, a little bit terse, might be a few words, that's fine. It can come across as feeling over controlled, and just less fun. If it's forceful and loud and kind of pushy, it can just feel kind of pushy or inconsiderate and rude. Most of us have been in a foreign country and had some loud Americans come in, and you're just like, really? Because maybe you could contain that and be considerate of the rest of the room. And I'm not saying only Americans. I'm not saying all Americans are loud. I'm just using an example that there's a stereotype about because it also exists. Hi, plants. I keep touching them. We're friends. And then the consonants. Are the consonants kind of mushy and mumbled, like kind of like this, or they over enunciated, or elongated sometimes with an S or an R, you know, this kind of thing. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Just notice, because it's not necessary. And all those things, when you video yourself, you'll say like, oh, why did I contort? What's happening to the hose of my body? So with any of that, take a pause. And the acronym that I used is on the live stream in Facebook as well, is IRL. In real life, inhale, relax, and love. Inhale, relax, and love. Remember that you love being here alive. You might as well find something to love about it. If you don't think you do, write a gratitude list. You don't think you like what you do, find a way. You can change your relationship to it. Tap into that feeling. And even if it's a tiny crack of tapping into that feeling, the more, at least for me, for everybody, the more we pay attention to that positive feeling, to any feeling, the more it grows. So I might as well be paying attention to the positive feelings and grow those. Like fruit. I love fruit. So I would love to be fielding your questions. I won't do a live stream in this way anymore, so that I can field your questions in the moment. But for today, if you want to check out on Facebook, I did a whole other set of exercises that are really powerful too, that can really change relationships. Feel free to pop over there, facebook.com/amiable Amy Walker. And we'll see you next week with a whole new video. I'll be doing an affirmation for the voice. That I made this video, but I felt like I wanted to kind of get into the world of what I'm talking about first, and then share this affirmation next week. So look forward to connecting with you there. Much love, vibes to you. I will see you in real life, IRL. Inhale, relax, and love. Vibes.